Did you push it? Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Anna. I'm a UX UI designer, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips that I wish I learned when I was a junior designer. So tip number 1 is the value and importance of on-the-job training. Now, one of the questions that I get asked most frequently by junior designers and my mentees is whether or not you need a 4-year degree from a traditional institution to get started on your career. And in my opinion, you don't necessarily have to have a 4-year degree in design to get started. However, you do need to have a level of understanding and education on the fundamentals, the techniques, and the frameworks that constitute a great user end-to-end experience, whether that's a product or a service. Now, there are a lot of different avenues that you can take, and I encourage you to explore these options according to your goals and according to your learning style. But I cannot stress enough the importance of on-the-job training. Working collaboratively with people and being able to apply your theoretical learnings into practical experience is going to be far more valuable and will get you so much farther because you have these experiences on hand. You're able to do things and make mistakes really fast and fail really fast and be able to recuperate in a real-world setting and create a project using real life scenarios. If you can't get a job right away, I encourage you to explore different volunteer opportunities or internships and just get your hands dirty. Tip number 2 is understanding that design is more than just pixel pushing. If you want to be a more well-rounded designer, you have to go beyond what's called pixel pushing. Now, I know some of you love that part of the design process, which is completely fine, but in order to be a better UX UI designer, you need to understand the science behind your decisions, why certain features make it into a product or a service. And in order to do that, you need to understand your users, your customers by doing user research, of course, and some data analysis. And it's going to make you an infinitely better designer if you're able to back up your design decisions as opposed to someone who can't or doesn't understand why his or her design made it into a product. Tip number 3 is do the work and the rest will follow. Now, some of you might have heard this before or might have seen this, but you can tell when somebody has a really sloppy design because of sloppy or lazy research. Now, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you can back up your design decisions with data, and you can back up and justify to your team why a certain feature made it to an iteration of a product. So don't cut corners because it will catch up to you one way or another. So tip number 4 is understanding the importance of mentorship and connecting with your community. Now, this was one of the hardest things for me to do because I am terrified of networking, let alone seeking for a good mentor. But these things are extremely valuable. Mentors have so much wisdom to impart on you, and you can use this opportunity to ask hard questions and ask questions that you might not be able to ask a lot of people because either you're too shy or too embarrassed. These mentors are really there to help you and to advocate for you, and they just really want the best for you. Don't be afraid to ask for help when needed, but make sure that you are very specific about the kind of help that you need and be specific about the feedback that you want. Remember, 2 heads are better than 1. Now, the 5th and final tip is to follow your grind and lower your ego. Now, I know some of you might be a little bit discouraged with how tough the competition is out there. Don't be discouraged. I encourage you to really ask yourself, what do you want to learn and what fascinates you? So this will allow you to gravitate towards a subject matter that truly excites you, and then once you do find the job in the industry that you really like, it won't feel like a job in the long run. Know that you don't know everything. Nobody does. Nobody's perfect. So I encourage you to keep an open mind and learn from yourself and from others. Learn from not just designers, but engineers, product managers, business analysts, and even security and compliance analysts, right? So they have a lot to teach you and you have a lot to learn. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. If you do make a mistake, fail fast, own up to your mistake, be accountable, learn from it, and move on. So that concludes our video for today. I hope you enjoyed that. And let me know in the comments below if you have any other tips for up-and-coming junior designers who are struggling to find a job or struggling to break through tech. If you like the content of my channel, consider subscribing. But until then, I will see you next time.